we're going to be self-supporting. We just about are now. We're going to be exporting energy. He doesn't want that. He would like Hillary, where she wants to have windmills. Okay? Yeah. He would much rather have that because energy prices will go up. And Russia, as you know, relies very much on energy.
What the F is he talking about? Hillary Clinton would make energy prices go up by, being part of the Paris Accords and being the first world leader in a $17 trillion market known as renewable energy that would make what Vladimir Putin has worthless. It would make what Iraq has worthless. It would make what Saudi Arabia has worthless. Now, who does Donald Trump align himself with? Saudi Arabia and Russia and the oil industry, which props up everything that they have and increases the amount of influence that they have over the prices we pay here. Instead of moving to renewable energies and joining into a $17 trillion new market known as renewable energy, his thing there is, again, Vladimir Putin didn't want me. Vladimir Putin wanted Hillary. Nobody agrees with that. In the entire intelligence agency, in the entire world, no one agrees with that. But that doesn't stop him. It doesn't stop. And then he was saying, we saw these reports from the G19 where they called it the G19 because America was absent from the Paris Accords, absent in the trade deals. We got zero trade deals out of it. Zero. We got nothing. We didn't get an export deal for our stuff. In fact, we blocked ourselves out of Japanese markets. We blocked ourselves out of German markets, out of the UK, out of France, because we wouldn't participate in the TPP. 14 Pacific Rim nations were blocked out from exporting our agriculture, our manufacturing, our stuff too, because this man won't join the competition. He's such an isolationist nationalist. That's what he has in common with Putin. That's what he's got in common with Poland's white nationalist government. That's what he's got in common with Saudi Arabia's autocracy. That's what he's got in common with these kleptocracies around the world. This is why these meetings it's unbelievable. But he sat there and he told another lie. I don't know why Pat Robertson doesn't tell him God's going to strike him dead. But he said he was so popular at the G20.
It was a great G20. Mm-hmm. You had 20 countries. I got along, I think, really fantastically with the head of every country.
You saw the photos. They were rolling their eyes at him. They were laughing at him. They were going like this, talking to each other. You saw it. I mean, you saw everybody just bypass him for the handshake. These things were tweeted out. How is he on Twitter and he doesn't see how he was mocked by every single world leader? I don't understand. And why Pat Robertson, this man of the cloth, a man of God, why he doesn't say, Donald, I'm here to save your soul, because that's what we do here at the 700 Club. And quite frankly, I have to tell you, God is going to strike you dead for lying. You live in Florida. It's the lightning capital of the world. That's how he's going to get you. That's how he's going to get you.
Corey Lewandowski was actually the campaign manager at the time. He joins us from Washington, D.C. Corey, let's go back to June 3rd of last year. You're the campaign manager. Did you hear about this meeting?
Look, Steve, it's great to be with you guys. And the short answer is I knew nothing about the meeting.
Right, because the kids hated you and they wanted Manafort. And so they bypassed you and they invited Paul Manafort instead of you.
The reason I knew nothing about the meeting because there was nothing to the meeting.
That's not why. The reason why you knew nothing about the meeting is because the children, the closest advisors to President Donald Trump, told President Donald Trump they were having this meeting. They didn't want Corey Lewandowski. They wanted Paul Manafort, because Paul Manafort was a lobbyist for pro-Russian forces, and they wanted him in that meeting, not you, Lewandowski, who ended up being some sort of a pundit on the CNN.
I was still the campaign manager at the time, but I can tell you this. If this was a meeting that had any information that would have been relevant to the campaign or could have potentially impacted the outcome of the election, I would have been made aware of it. President Trump would have been made aware of it.
He was made aware of it.
Neither one of us knew anything about the meeting because it was a nothing meeting. That's why.
Well, do you wish that Don Jr. didn't take the meeting?
look, I think what Don Jr. has said, and he speaks for himself, is he probably would have done things differently had he known what he knows today back then. But the difference is, look, when people are giving you information, this happens every day in a campaign and every day when you have a president in office. People come to you with ideas. I can save the taxpayers $1 billion. I've got this idea for $1 trillion. I've got information on your opponent. It is a courtesy meeting to sit down for 10 or 15 minutes to listen to what people have to say. And when you find out that it's not relevant, you walk away, say thank you for your time, and you move on.
No, it's not normal. It isn't normal to have meetings with foreign governments when you're not president of the United States. And in fact, they've written down in an email, which is discoverable and has been discovered, that they want to come from Moscow to give you government information about your opponent.